Today we're going over the Zenless Zone Zero version 2.0 special program. This update will serve as the anniversary update as well as the start of season 2 for the main story. This special program was an hour and 10 minutes long, so I'm going to do my best to summarize all the details in one place. I'll be combining footage from the special program, the teaser summary, and an IGN video with just some pure gameplay. Links would be in the description if you want to see those yourself. There was a lot of new info, so let's just get started. Like with all these special programs, there is a redemption code for 300 polychromes. This time the code is ZZZ Anniversary. For those that didn't see the version 2.0 previews from before, season 2 of the main story is taking place in a brand new locale in the Waifei Peninsula. The coastal cliffside is home to Phaelyum Heights, and the area is a huge porcelain mining hub. Porcelain is an ether-resistant material, so any hoyocreators definitely would love to get their hands on the stuff. In a surprise, we got an in-game livestream clip of the new area with Susan. Technically not a new character, Susan was used in promotional material before ZZZ's launch. Really cool to see her show up again with an in-game model. Since this Phaelyum Heights is supposed to act like the new hub area, it will have its own unique take on the ZZZ dailies. How's got some competition because instead of scratch cards, you can get your fortune read. It seemed like we're still going to be down in coffee though, and there is a random play outlet with a Bangbu number 20, that's new. For the Season 2 Chapter 1 main story, we're continuing on from the Season 1 epilogue. The mayor has tasked Yixuan to mentor the Phaethon siblings on using their special implants, which we learn can control ether. Yixuan is the High Preceptor of the Yunquei Summit, which is a faction of mystics, and Yixuan is comparable to a Void Hunter in terms of strength. She has two main disciples we get to play as. One is Fufu, who we met in Hollow Zero. We'll learn more about the Tagatharan in her own agent story. The other playable disciple is Pan Yinhu. He's a chef, and we're for sure going to just let him cook on the battlefield. Next, we got to look at some upcoming new characters in-game. We saw them from the Season 2 teaser a while back. We got a look at Orphe, although jury is still out on if Orphe is the girl or the tail, and is actually one of them Captain Magus. I don't know, we'll find out shortly. I don't believe we have confirmed names for English, but if she's like Vivian, the red umbrella girl is Yuzuha. Kinda looks like she has a revolver cylinder at the top of her umbrella and then a button on the handle. Next is the girl we've been calling Alice. She appears to have a floppy rapier of sorts. She has a very interesting backpack on as well. As a note, the devs immediately after talked about the factions and they mentioned the name Spook Shack. I assume this is the faction of Yuzuha and Alice. Spook Shack is an internet group dedicated to paranormal stuff, which would line up with Yuzuha and her raccoon, scaring Alice in the teaser. In-game, right now, you can actually find an internet post from Spook Shack. One of the comments mentions how the amulet they're trying to sell looks like a raccoon. Yuzuha has a raccoon, and with the devs mentioning the name, it seems pretty clear-cut. Spook Shack is one of the upcoming factions. Now the next section talked about the shops and management part of Phaelyum Heights. While studying under Yixuan, the siblings will be managing the Sweepon Temple. This will involve sending Bangbu out to collect materials, build items with said materials, and then selling those items. Sweepon Temple is going to get a makeover as you level it up over time. In Phaelyum Heights, there's new shop vendors with new cool looking NPCs as well. These shops are Yumcha Sin, Good Goods, and Devon Pawn Shop. Interacting with these shops will allow you to get accessories for the siblings. I should elaborate that yes, Wise and Belle are getting new outfits for free. You can also put on multiple silly accessories. Next, the devs talked about the new gameplay space in the Aerospace City, which is located in the Lemnian Hollow. Similar to the Section 6 Millennium Way Hollow event, they are trying to combine exploration with combat zones. There's going to be new puzzle mechanics and a miasma environmental hazard. Taking too much miasma damage will cause agents to lose a chunk of HP, and enemies can get miasma shields you need to deplete too. This area will have teleport zones and all kinds of things to explore. To help ease navigation issues, ZZZ is adding a mini-map to its UI. There's also going to be a more detailed 3D map, and the location UI is getting completely overhauled to include a world map to better visualize the locales. If you like the old system, it's getting updated to keep up with more areas. Instead of the single line, it's more of a tile grid so you can navigate faster. Moving on, we got a better look at the new playable agents in version 2.0. First up, Shifu Yixuan is being hyped up as a Miyabi-S level character. Like Miyabi, she has a unique attribute called Auric Ink. It appears to be a variation of Ether. Miyabi was a sort of an anomaly plus attacker class, but Yixuan instead introduces a brand new specialty called Rupture. Rupture agents have a mix of offense and survivability, which is interesting. They also deal sheer damage, which is new. This damage type ignores enemy defense, so I guess it's like a version of true damage. Rupture agents will convert part of their attack stat into a new sheer force stat. For Yixuan specifically, she also turns HP into sheer force. She appears to be our first HP scaling agent. Yixuan's energy bar is being replaced with an adrenaline bar. I don't know if that's another Rupture agent only thing or just for Yixuan herself. We're definitely going to get more Rupture agents in the future though, and to prepare, the devs have updated older additional ability triggers. For Kaleda, Lucy, Pokra, and Astra, these 4 will work alongside any Rupture allies. Will they be worth using with Yixuan though, if she is indeed an HP scaling agent? Now in battle, Yixuan definitely looks a bit more advanced. For the gist of how she plays, you need to spend her adrenaline to build up technique points, which is the resource bar under her HP. Once Yixuan has a full technique bar, you will see her ultimate button change symbol. This version of the ultimate uses the technique points, but not Yixuan's decibels. This first ultimate will grant 1 auric ink point, which is the dot on that resource bar. Yixuan can then perform new moves with the auric ink point. Now without a full technique bar and with full decibels, Yixuan has a second ultimate. This one has a sick animation, and Yixuan will distribute her team's HP evenly. For other moves, Yixuan's EX special can be held and it's going to parry attacks. Her dash attack involves a little bird, although I don't think she's going to whip out a gun like Aoife. There is a lot more going on obviously, but we'll cover everything properly in a guide. Next, let's talk about Pan Yinhu because he appears to be the go-to ally for Rupture agents in the future. At the very least, he should work well with Yixuan. Pan Yinhu is an A-rank physical defense agent. His EX special will grant him 3 break force points and allows him to use the Touch of Death move for each point. Pan Yinhu can do Touch of Death from off-field if he swaps out with Quick Assist. Similar to Seth, it appears the EX special will trigger a backwards Quick Assist to help him do just that. Now, to help Rupture agents, Pan will grant sheer force based on his attack to allies who swap in with Quick Assist. From his additional ability, Touch of Death will cause the enemy to take more damage from any attacks. To synergize with Yixuan's team HP sharing, Pan has a team-wide heal on his ultimate. I absolutely love that animation. Now all in all, Pan Yinhu seems like a great Yixuan ally. Considering Sheer is going to ignore defense, it does seem like Yixuan is not going to be great with the all-star support Nicole, and I would assume Rena's pen ratio buff won't help either. Sheer does scale with attack, but Pan has a sheer force buff directly. That may be better than the attack buffs other supports offer. Last up is Jufufu, a 3rd S-rank fire stunner is here, and Jufufu fights alongside her popcorn pot called Hue. Like Lucy's boars, Hue will just bash enemies on its own. Jufufu has 2 resources, Momentum and Might. Might is the fiery gauge bar, while Momentum is a red stack counter. Jufufu can build up momentum with EX special and I assume other methods. When she rides Hue or Hue attacks on its own, she can consume momentum to deal fire damage and build up might. With half the might bar, Hue will do I believe a chain attack where it shoots popcorn. Jufufu's chain attacks can boost the team's crit damage as well as the damage of chain attacks and ultimates. To synergize, Jufufu's addition ability will let her team get 4,000 decibels. Additionally, attack and rupture agents get bonus decibels refunded when using ultimate. Very interesting niche we haven't seen on a kit. They didn't really explain, but Jufufu does seem to trigger an aftershock with one of her off-field spinning attacks. I don't know how good it'll be to use, but she also has an infinite basic attack spam move. Such a fun looking character. Overall, the Yunhui Summit team seems pretty synergistic. Jufufu and Pan can buff Yixuan's damage and both do some off-field moves while building up toward a stun. By all accounts, the devs are really hyping up Yixuan. 2 ultimates, sort of, and the first of the new Rupture Class while having a unique Aura King element. I hope you're ready to summon because Yixuan's banner is going to be in the first phase of 2.0. You can get her signature W engine, Qingming Birdcage, on its own banner. For the Rework agent, Astra's coming back. If you haven't noticed for the past how many months, Astra's kinda busted. The only limited S-rank support released in Season 1 and incredibly strong. For the rate up A-ranks, you can get the new Pan Yinhu and his signature A-rank W engine, Tremor Trigram Vessel. The other A-rank is Pokra, pretty sweet deal since Pokra is the next most recent A-rank. If you can get her M6, then her addition ability was also changed to work with Rupture agents like Yixuan. She can boost their damage overall. If you're a newer player, Pan Yinhu will go into the permanent A-rank gacha pool after version 2.0 ends. He will also be available in the monthly shop rotation, so you can get Kung Fu Panda eventually if you want. For Phase 2, Jufufu is available with his signature Roaring Furnace. At the same time, Caesar's being rerun. If you struggle with getting hit, Caesar has the best shield in the game, and also provides damage buffs plus nice days buildup. Spoiler for later, but the Battle Tower will be getting updated soon, so another reason to get Caesar. For the A-rank rate-ups, we have Ben and Corrin. Sadly, not as enticing as Phase 1's A-ranks, but that's just how it goes. To accompany the new faction, Yunhui Summit's S-rank Bangbu, Belian, will be available to summon. It's gonna be bashing foes in with its little ball. One more thing, if you want to spend money, Yixuan will be releasing with an outfit, a more formal black attire that I'm sure will look good with her gold Auric Ink visual effects. Like Astra's outfit, this is going to be permanently available in the shop, but during 2.0 it's going to be available for a discount. The last half of the special program talked about the new events and features coming in 2.0. Version 1.7 was definitely a more laid-back update, but I think it was well worth the downtime because, good lord, we have a lot of new things coming. In 2.0, the Gravity Cinema Movie Theater in Lumina Square is going to open. There will be event rewards to participate in the new movie watching gameplay. Obviously, we won't be watching hour-long videos, but there is an interactable conversations to be held. You can watch movies with agents and NPCs, plus there's a separate solo viewing minigame. This will be a permanent feature added to the game, but there is limited time rewards, and one of those is an A-rank dib engine, real projector. Don't miss out on that. Next event features the Bellabog crew. Grace has given Eels a mech, and yes, you're gonna be fighting inside mech. God, I love this game. The VR combat challenges is making a return. Like past events, complete stages with varying modifiers, and there's gonna be special stages with Yixuan and Fufu available to try out. To get familiar with the new location, there's gonna be a Failume Heights sightseeing guide. Check out various sites for rewards, and there will also be combat parts too. Next, Hollow Zero will be getting an update involving the new Miasma Hazard. Roland and Yixuan will be involved, plus Obo Squad is also going to appear. Seems like this will be our first interaction with Orphe, or whoever this girl is. With this update, a new mobile general gear is being added. This gear will allow you to trigger a special tag assist, and the devs have mentioned it's similar to an aftershock attack. This feels like it could be testing for a new feature a future agent could one day have. There will be a new Task Force Investigation mode added to Lost Void. Here you can equip multiple unique gears which have been renamed to Tactical Prism Programs. In this mode, those programs will now have branching upgrade paths too. With version 2.0, Yixuan and Fufu will get unique programs. I don't know if any older agents are getting new moves too, but let's hope they do. For other changes, the Lost Void shop seems to include programs now, and the last boss of the run is being updated to the new version 2.0 big boss. They really didn't talk about this guy at all, but it appears to be the cult leader dude from the 2.0 teaser. The new Miasma boss will be in Deadly Assault and Notorious Hunt, so get ready. There will be a new expert challenge boss added for new materials, probably for the Yunhui Summit agents. We also have a new drive disc farming stage. This is another case where the new drive disc sets are tailored for the new agents. Yunhui Tails buffs HP with its 2-piece. No one else besides Yixuan wants HP really, so yeah. In addition, EX Specials, Chain Attacks, and Ultimates will buff crit rate by 4%. This stacks 3 times, lasting for 15 seconds, and repeated triggers can refresh that timer. If you have max stacks, you get a 10% sheer damage buff. If future Rupture agents do scale with HP, this will be a good set for them most likely. Otherwise, this is pretty much just a Yixuan exclusive for now. The other set available to farm is King of the Summit. The 2-piece will boost days by 6%, and the 4-piece bonus only works on stunners. Any EX Special or Chain Attack will give the team a 50% crit damage buff. If your stunner has at least 50% crit rate, you get an extra 15% crit damage, and this lasts for 15 seconds. Basically, if you're using a stunner with a crit-focused agent like Hugo or any attacker, then this is possibly the new best in slot option for buffing. Swing Jazz or Protopunk are fine, but King of the Summit works off any EX special. Like Swing Jazz, this does incentivize using your stunner's chain attack. Do keep in mind though, that you need 50% crit rate on the stunner to get the full 30% crit damage bonus. This 4-piece set is asking for some things, but generally speaking, it looks solid. I think it will have good value in double stunner teams. Forging on, with the new Rupture Class being introduced, there's going to be new Rupture materials to farm. They're also adding a new Rupture W engine option. There will be a new B rank gacha option, but you're probably going to be better off with the new craftable A rank Puzzle Sphere. You can get that one from Susie. In the middle, Radial Wave Journey will be added to the Battle Pass selection. If you plan to get Yixuan, you've got a lot of farming to do, but at least there are some alternative W engines instead of just the singular S rank signature. As mentioned earlier, the Battle Tower is getting updated in version 2.1. If you want those rewards, you need to clear the Trials version in 2.0. Next, to celebrate the anniversary, there's going to be a Golden Proxy Awards in-game livestream event. Not really sure what this is, but you got actual comments from the agents and there is a commemorative item to earn. We're getting the usual double drop events for materials and drive discs, except this time it's 3 times the drop rate. Great for farming the new materials and triple the disappointment with those new drive disc sets. The next segment is the big one. Developer Yinhu relayed all the anniversary related rewards. You can get 30 pools, which is going to be split between 20 encrypted master tapes and 1600 polychromes. You can get an anniversary avatar and title by logging in. There's also going to be 10 boot pawns with those tapes and other login bonuses. As mentioned earlier, the Phaethon siblings are getting new outfits for free. You just need to complete the Season 2 Chapter 1 main story. For brand new players, you can use the advanced screening feature to unlock the Season 2 story. You're free to return to the Season 1 story at your own pace. For the anniversary, everyone will get to select one of the standard gacha S-rank agents for free. If you haven't gotten someone you wanted and you aren't at the 300 standard pools yet, then here's your chance. I just made a guide on Lycon if you're interested in paying him. To go with your shiny new S-rank agent, they are also handing out a free standard gacha S-rank W engine. Basically, these are the signatures for the standard S-rank agents. All of these are honestly pretty good, especially if I'm pulling for limited signatures. You can find a use for all of these either as stat sticks or just nice to have general W engines. Next, some huge news. Ellen, who was the game's launch limited S-rank, is getting her rework. Not only is she getting her Icy Blade projectile we've been able to use in Lost Void, but Ellen's getting another brand new move. I believe it's called Glacial Blade Wave. In addition, her core passive's crit damage bonus is now going to apply to her regular dash attacks, her ultimate, and both of these new moves. The biggest buff from Icy Blade is that it gives Ellen iframes and can be used after her spinning kick. Their new Glacial Blade Wave definitely looks like another iframe move, and it leads into her third basic kick as well. There was another major feature shown in the smaller teaser trailer version. Ellen's dash attack now has a parry when she starts it. I assume the trade-off is you're not going to get the extra stacks from charging, but this is a huge quality of life change. Speaking of quality of life, Ellen's additional ability is the same, but she can now activate it with any stun agent. Not that Lycon's a bad ally, but this does open Ellen up to run a team like Lighter or Trigger with Astro. You no longer are locked to the Ice team or needing to bring Reno along. If you like playing Ellen, you should be very excited. Let's hope for more reworks in the future. The party doesn't stop there. Right now you can log in leading up till 2.0's release to get 480 polychromes. I will take any free polychromes they want to hand out. For those that have spent money buying monochromes, the top-up bonus is going to be reset. That is a fairly standard Hoyo tactic for the anniversary. The last section of the program is just a million optimization features. I'm going to try to fly through these, and I'm sure there are more unannounced changes as well. Mentioned earlier, the new minimap and 3D map system will be on the UI now. The world map view will help better understand where we are in New Eridu, and the old navigation screen has been updated to a more compact version. To accompany the new Comet plus exploration zones, there's going to be adjustments to keybinds and buttons. This is going to affect all platforms. In addition, the shortcut wheel is going to be getting tweaked. There is a fairly big change to the internet mission system screen. Instead of just one big list, they're giving us separated tabs to better sort missions. There's also going to be more colors to mark different mission types. This is going to go hand in hand with the new map UI. For more changes, the proxy ranker process is being made easier, no more observation data requirements. For PC and controller usage, the hot swap feature is now ready. You can already swap between keyboard and controller by pressing escape or the start button, but I assume this is going to swap controls without those button presses. When you're doing your VR stage material farming, you can select random enemies just to shake things up a little, and we're going to start with 60 energy, more quality of life for better farming. This actually also includes the interactive mode being on by default now. Basically, no more midnight interruptions, but you can always turn the feature back off if you like. For Expert Challenge and Notorious Hunt, the UI is now sorted like the Compendium. Also, Burnout mode will show up at the top of the list so you don't miss it. A big change coming to PC is that they're getting the resource management system. If you don't plan to replay older story content, you can delete it to save space. Re-download it later if you want to access it. All platforms will also be getting affected by a new file compression technology the devs have been working on. Less storage space needed is nice for anyone, no matter who you are. For some out-of-game events, there is a pre-registration event for version 2.0. You can get 320 polychromes with a simple sign-up. If enough pre-registrations happen, everyone's going to get a special title and then in-game level materials. The pre-registration page has other fun features like a fortune reading section, as well as a lottery draw for real prizes. New iPhone or Xbox sounds quite nice. After version 2.0 launches, there's going to be a Return to Rito web event. Participate in that to earn some extra polychromes when it goes live. There's going to be some kind of food collab with global brands called Operations Yum. They made an animation with Ambi and Bernice making a burger, and Crispy Boo will be featured in-game for this event. It seems like the Bread to Believe chef has some competition now. Moving on, the annual Drip Fest Fanworks contest is having its 2025 run. It has illustration, video, and music categories, but there is no thematic restrictions. There will of course be rewards and a golden Bangbu trophy. Hoyo Fair is bringing us the first anniversary random play fan song event. This will be shown on July 5th, which is the anniversary, so keep an eye out. As previously mentioned, version 2.0 will launch ZZZ on Xbox platforms. Tell your friends. Last, ZZZ is participating at Anime Expo in the US. Check the official social media accounts for more details. If you haven't caught up with all the Season 1 content, then try to finish those off before June 6th, when version 2.0 of Zenless Zone Zero launches. As you can see, we have many new things coming, from quality of life features, UI overhauls, new gameplay mechanics, and a crazy amount of anniversary rewards. Just an insane update on horizon. That's all I have for this video. I've talked long enough. If you're interested, I just put out a guide on Lycon. Perhaps you would like to pick them as your free S rank in a couple weeks. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.